everybody, I'm Holly.
Okay.
This is me, and we are
basically creative.
I said a funny thing to Karen before we started to record. Today is day 23 of our January challenge, and the challenge today is to draw seashells. Oh, this is such another good art day.
It was.
How many days has it been? Like 5 good art days so far. We're doing well.
Perhaps, yeah.
Perhaps. We are doing well. This was another freezy weezy cold day, and so my Totoro hoodie was back on because it's entirely made out of fleece and it's so comfortable. I was just like, yeah, sure, let's just, go for it.
Yeah,
so I went on Pinterest as I want to do when I have to find a picture for something that actually exists rather than making it up in my head, so I was like, oh, seashells, and then I found a bunch of like collages of like
Yes, you Facebook messaged
a bunch of like ones with like a bunch of seashells piled
and
on top
Sophie
of each
saw
other.
it, she was like, blue!
So I was like, okay, blue. And then Karen went, dark blue, ballpoint pen maybe? And I was like, yes, what a good idea, you're a genius. So that's what I decided to do. I got myself all set up and I had to find a ballpoint pen. I was like,
You like drawing a ballpoint pen. That's why I
do.
saw it and I thought, oh, that'd be great for ballpoint pen. And she loves ballpoint pen. And I bet you any money she'll have been thinking the art things and not thought about ballpoint pen.
I haven't, yeah, because ballpoint pen seems like it shouldn't, but it seems a bit silly to draw on it.
Which is also why I put it on the prompts for next month.
Yes. So I had to go and find a ballpoint pen, and I searched for about 15 minutes, and then I came across one of my old ones from when I was in high school, and I was like, yeah!
Dogs! Lie down!
Yeah, there's like what?
Down!
Clicky heels. So I found an old ballpoint, and I was like, yay! And then I thought, ooh, for contrast and shadow, so that I don't have to completely struggle with just the one colour, I shall get a black ballpoint pen. So I got those two, and those were my preparations, and then I spent about 45 minutes drawing out this horrendously complicated bit of and I was like that. My hand is so sore.
By this point, or when you started with the pens?
No, by this point my hand was sore. So I was like, okay, I've finished this.
I can always tell when you're like that. I've been having heartache with the thing, because you send me so many different pictures of the stages, and I'm like that. You're having a break by sending me a picture, aren't you? Yeah, it's obviously a difficult one to
and
draw.
I also usually upload it to Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm like that. Oh, I'll show other people my progress.
It's so good. I'm so in awe.
Do you know, I got to this stage where I just put the first shadows in, and I was like, I'll just go around all the bits that don't have anything in them and make them dark shadows, because I don't want to faff about with it later on. So I went and found them, and by the time I was about halfway through, my hand was aching again, because I'd done that thing that I was like, I've not touched a ballpoint pen for a very long time. Yeah. Because, I usually either write in pencil or fine line. Yeah. If I have to. So I was clearly doing something.
How much you have to press, how much more you have to press, because the fine liner, if you press like that, you're gonna break it.
Oh yeah, it'll just the little felt nib will just be sucked back up into the pen and gone forever. Yeah. So I did scribble, and I got to here, and I was like, my hand is achified. So sore, because like, it's not even that I had to press hard, it's just that I had to fill all these tiny spaces, and a ballpoint is such a tiny little, like, it's not even a 0.1, it's like a 0.05 fine liner, but you have to scribble in. So, and then I finished all the little bits, and I was back doing that, and I was like, I'll do a couple and then I'll have a break, because I just can't with the continuously doing this, and I'm like, oh, that was me shaking my hand. Because it was sore. So if anytime you think I'm waving, I'm actually trying to delay the onset of major crippling cramp in my hand. So, and also it was a very thin pen, so it was really hard to grip comfortably. I like those pens though. I got them from the pen shop and they actually worked really well. So it felt like a win, because it's a pack of 20 pens that lasted me a whole year in high school. Another stretch. I'm stretching now, looking at it, because I remember the pain. And then another shake. Every couple of minutes I took a break, because I was like that. My hand is actually gonna. Have you ever drawn so much that your hand just won't anymore, and you want to keep going, but your hand is like,
can't say I have.
It just curls up. Especially with these ballpoint pens. my hand just curled up and was like, I'm done. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went and had like a 2-hour break or something like that and came back to it. I'd been drawing a lot before this as well, on different things and also warming up.
Guitar I've done that with.
Yeah, when you play
like
so much.
Playing and practicing the classical stuff, you know, when I was in school doing my exams and that. But not drawing because, well, obviously.
Yeah. So it's actually, I find, a lot easier when you're playing guitar to have that, because I use my left hand. Obviously you're ambidextrous, so it's a bit less
dyspraxia does the thing
for you, so it's more your dyspraxia that makes your hand go, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not ambidextrous, so my left hand when I play guitar tends to give in a lot faster than my right hand, just because it's not used to being used for much to do with anything complicated. Because I make the chord shapes with my left hand, because I'm right-handed and that's the hand you're strong with.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm getting further and further into this drawing, and I'm totally like, oh, it takes forever, and I hate it, and I don't want to. But you know, the thing is I'm super pleased with it.
It looks so good. And see one of the pictures you sent me?
Mm-hmm.
I had to double take on it because I thought it was a picture.
Oh, how nice!
And I was like, that can't possibly... That's the drawing! I thought that was the other one.
Do you know, if you shine it in the light, like even a little more than I had it at just the right angle, which I'm really grateful for because it's so shiny from having all that crap ink all over it. And I'm like, ah.
But it's got huge amounts of depth. It's just so well done. You should be so pleased with yourself.
I was so pleased with it, right? But the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, my hand's sore. I don't want to. My hand's sore. I don't want to. So I was like, I would never have not finished it though. I'm too stubborn to leave it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like literally, I got to the point where my hand would not obey anymore before I stopped.
Yeah.
And I decided quite early on that I was not going to force it when it came to the... I took another break. I had a little Volkswagen Caravelle van shaped cup of tea in the corner there. One of my mum's good cups. It is actually shaped like a van, it's got tyres on it.
Awesome.
So it's cute, and I get to use it because she prefers the shape of her other mugs. So I kind of claim it. So, because it's got like funny little nooks in it so that it looks like a van.
Yeah.
And I don't care. But yeah, so on more actual, you know, art topic. So you know, I've lost what I was talking about. That's what I've done.
You weren't gonna push it once you got to the point that your hand said no.
Yeah, well, yeah, but no, actually, I did push it though. What I was saying was.
No, I mean that's what you last said.
Yes. With the corners, whenever you're drawing, and it's the same with coloured pencil. Whenever you get to the edges of the paper, it doesn't have the same depth because you can't scribble over the same bit because you constantly fly off the end, and it would have taken me, I mean, hours upon hours more of just going around the edges and making sure they had the same level of depth. So I was like, I will get in as far as I can, and then I will trim it because I can't anymore with it.
Then why not? I mean, you're not losing a ton by just trimming it away.
Yeah, I know, and I was happy to, because it's not cropping the image, it's just getting rid of the bit that's not the best bit. So
yeah.
I think the top kind of right hand corner is my favourite part. With the really curly shell that seems to be sort of emerging, that's my favourite one. I don't know if you have any idea what I'm talking about.
No, I do. I
feel like as I get to the bottom, I lose will to live a bit more. I think give it as much as I can. This was a different day because I was totally done. My hand had gone.
Oh, getting the dog.
I'm going to get my dog.
What is going on?
I was about to put the... And then I have a dog on my knee. You can see her little ear. I had to go and get Poppy because she was crying. And I was like, I'll just take this with me. So that was a little adventure that you just had with me. So look, these friggin' tongues sticking out. My dog is 14 years old and she has no teeth. Because Chihuahuas have very shallow roots on their teeth, and there would have been no way that we could have kept them in. They would have fallen out, regardless of anything that we could have done. So her tongue sticks out on the right side because it can't stick in. So there's no teeth to hold it. So she's just sitting there quite happily looking around. I'm drinking the tea. I think I finish it. I think this is my last go. You got the privilege of watching my dog like lying down and falling asleep and then waking up and stretching and then lying down and falling asleep. So, yeah, I was getting to the end and I totally realised, oh, I didn't do any. I did most of them with like really straight lines, which is totally not how it looks. Because all the lines on the actual shells, the white lines, were like kind of wiggly and swervy. So I had to make them all wiggly and swervy. And I did. Looks. I wish I'd kind of just done it without the shadows. I'd done like a version with and a version without. It would have been kind of cool. Because it would have looked almost like pop art.
It would have, but it looks almost real with the shadows. Especially now you've had that wee bit of a break and you did that whole bottom bit without the shadows.
Yeah.
And the top bit's like, the difference
the
between
contrast
the two is like,
weird.
whoa.
So now anyway, I'm nearly like, that's me done! Yay! Oh, it took so long.
I only did one shell.
But it was an awesome show. It was the awesomest of
I was like, no, just no. I'll rub you out.
Start again.
Yeah. Do you know that ink that I got when I was stamping my thing? We were in college the other day and we were doing, what was it, typography too? And I was doing the quotes and we were faffing about with that purple ink. And I got it all over my hands. And it went sort of underneath my nail.
Yeah.
And I still haven't been able to get it out. It's still there.
To kind of put flesh to this story, Karen, we're doing typography in college, and Karen was like, I'm going to use quotes from my books, which is such a good idea. So she was doing like all these different techniques, but she was like, oh, I need a background for it, and we found this big thing of like
a big cardboard.
Big cardboard with like a sheet of watercolour over the top of it. It was
no,
very strange.
Oh no, it wasn't. No, it was just thick cardboard, and I was like, I will use this.
And instead of like, she was like, oh, I want to put the purple ink on it because everything else is in purple, which made total sense. And I was like, yeah, do that. And she was like, how am I going to wet it? And there's a sink in there, and I was like, just stick it under the tap. So we did.
So I did. Like the whole board, right in sink.
Just give it a good rinse and then slap
run
it down
it
on
across
the table.
The floor, realise I have no idea where the purple ink's gone, freak out a little bit.
It was so much fun.
Oh, man.
We've got a little video of that. We should insert that at the end.
We should at some point.
Because we've got, it's so pretty. Like she was just dropping the ink on it and it was like exploding outwards in big flowery floofs of purple. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I got to play with it a bit too, which was super fun.
I had to doctor this a little bit because you can see, I couldn't see at this point in time while drawing, but you can see how it's not, like, it's kind of squint. Not so much squint, like it kind of bows upwards rather than the way it should be.
Apologies, I was mid-yawn then. I didn't mean to sound like I wasn't
all
listening
right,
to you, but I did.
So I fixed it when I get further up. But I decided when I got kind of to this point, I thought, do you know what? I am not colouring this thing.
Oh,
this
absolutely
thing
not.
is nice just as a sketch.
I loved it. It's fabulous. Do you know what? I love it whenever you shade, you do almost like a sort of natural hatching, because you just do all these lines, which I think is fab. Like, I wish I could do that. I can never make myself do it. I always do like a random scribble near it. There's Karen fixing it.
I was just going around them to make like the more definition because it had the sticky up bits, whatever they happen to be called.
The ridges.
But they probably have a specific name.
Yeah.
I presume. So yeah, it's I'm adding bits at the bottom to make it more
straighter.
Yes.
Straighter.
My video is nice and short.
Yes.
So this is me just putting shading underneath and that's me done.
And we're nearly finished. So I have been Holly.
I have been Karen.
This has been Desmond the Bee,
and we have been Basically Creative.